Hi ladies, it's Christine McAlister, and today we are talking about why you don't need a business partner. Why you do not need a business partner, and what I recommend that you do instead. What I recommend that you get or have instead. So, several of you have mentioned to me recently or have said something here in the group about how you wish you had a partner in your business. Has someone to encourage you, someone to walk with you in this journey, someone to, keep you company, someone to motivate you, someone to be, on this journey with you. And I totally get that because it's so true that, when we're trying to do this alone and we look around and the people who are in our lives don't get what we're doing, or they have negative things to say to us about what we're doing, or they're competitive. For some reason, it feels like they don't want us to succeed. They don't understand, whatever. It's totally wise and natural to desire that kind of, support in your life, right? Like, if only I had a business partner, then this whole journey would be a lot easier. But so often what the problems that we think are going to be solved by having a business partner are not actually solved in that way. And I have personal experience with this because I started a business with a partner, and we were great friends, and we had a really exciting idea. And I got to experience, we both got to experience why Dave Ramsey says a partnership is the only ship that doesn't sail, or a partnership is the only ship that always sinks, one of those. And here's the deal. In a partnership, you are basically marrying the other person for the purposes of your business without any of the benefits of being married. And so it is a huge decision to make. And I was talking with my dad about this morning because my dad has worked for several self-made millionaires and even a self-made billionaire during his career. And I asked him, what do you think about partnerships? And, the people that you have worked closely for and have observed their the way that they made their money, were they partners? And he said, so few partnerships actually work, but it's so common to think that they will when we're earlier in our entrepreneurial journey. And so I could talk to you about the specific reasons why. And if you want to know that stuff, let me know in the comments and we can go on a deep dive into the reasons that partnerships don't normally work. But what I want to instead give you is some tips about what to do instead, right? And to share with you that in my personal experience, my partner and I were always at different places in what we wanted from the business and in the amount of time we had to give to the business. And so that left us both like feeling disempowered and frustrated, and it negatively affected our friendship. And so my partner now runs that business solely, and I felt like that was the right thing to do, is to, to give it to her and let her run with it, right? And I love that. It was the right thing to do. What I want to help you do is to understand what's going on, how a partnership, what you're really saying that you want when you say you want a partner, and where I recommend that you get that instead. Okay. So it's important to understand what it is that you want from this person that you are looking for in a partner. And some of you have already identified this, right? Like, I want support. I want someone to encourage me along the way. I want someone to, share the journey with, right? Okay. So maybe what you need is an accountability partner. And I know some of you are matching up in this group around that too. fantastic. As accountability partner, I have accountability partners, mastermind partners who are on a similar, in a similar place in business as me. And we encourage each other and help each other, when we're feeling down or we need some ideas or a pick me up or whatever. And that's really important. A regular, accountability partner is really important. You're working on your business and they're working on their business. Okay. So it's kind of like if you have a business partner and it's like being married, then talking about the business is like kind of like talking about making your spouse your therapist, right? Like them giving you advice is going to be loaded, as opposed to like a person who's doing their thing and you're doing your thing and you come together to encourage each other. Then it's just encouragement. It's not competitive, right? The other thing that you do not need a business partner. An accountability partner who's doing their own thing is great. The other thing that you need is somebody who's been where you've been. You need a mentor. There are a lot of different ways to get mentors. There are a lot of different ways that this looks, but you need a mentor because success leaves clues. And the quickest way to get where you want to be is to find somebody who's already doing it and ask them how they did it and learn from them. And learn from them with some accountability, because you can read articles and you can read books and you can download freebies and stuff all day. And I have done all of that. I'm a huge reader. I love reading. And I just kept trying to improve myself just by reading for years and years and years, right? I'd go to the library and I was like, this is free. This is such a good way to do things. All right, read another article on productivity or time management or like being an entrepreneur, and just be so inspired and then immediately walk away and go back into my, old habits. So the thing about a mentor is that there's somebody who's going to walk alongside you and help you get where you want to be because they've done it. They've already paved that road. And usually what I find is when you are looking for a business partner, what you're really looking for is confidence. What you're really looking for is accountability. And so do not give 50% of your business away and set yourself up for being disempowered and discouraged and being inside of the only ship that always sinks or that never floats in exchange for encouragement or accountability. You do need both of those things, and you need confidence, but all of those things are learnable skills. All of those things are learnable skills, and those are all learned and implemented and held much, much, much better when the stakes are not a part of your business in exchange. All right? So you do not need a business partner when you are getting started to do this. Over and over and over, I see people get frustrated by having a business partner. I've experienced it myself. I know my business partner would say the same. She's experienced it herself from me, right? Neither of us are bad people. We're both awesome. But there's something about that partnership. And like I said, if you want to go into more of the details and the nitty gritty and the documentation and the psychology of it, I'm happy to. Just let me know. But trust me when I say it's not a good idea for you. So often what we want from a business partner is confidence, but usually what winds up happening is we find somebody who's about the same place in the journey as us, and we both look at each other and we're like, well, now what? I don't know. You don't know. What? And we're frustrated and we blame the business. When in actuality, it's the strategy. It's what you were it's the gap you were looking to close that you improperly identified, and then improperly identified the person, a partner, as the person to solve that for you. So, if what you really need is confidence to take that next step, if what you really need is clarity to take that next step, do not go looking for a partner to give you that. Because your partner is going to be someone who doesn't know any more than you. And that is setting you up for frustration and failure and keeping you stuck where you are. Accountability partners are great, like I said, and mentors are great. Those two pieces are key. I have those two pieces. I want you to think about like team members, right? On like a basketball team. Like I know Caitlin in here was talking about how she looks at professional equestrians, right? Like they're part of a team, Team USA, Team GB, whatever, Team Australia. But they all continue to work with coaches throughout their entire career to guide them to be their best selves. They don't get to a point and they're like, I'm a good enough rider. I can, coach myself. I can teach myself. They never stop. Professional athletes are coached their entire careers. These people are making so much money that, from the outside, we might assume like if it wasn't part of the normal structure for them to have coaches, we'd be like, what else do they need to learn? Like they've hit the peak, right? No. If people who are making $10 million a year need a coach, need a mentor, need someone to keep them at their sharpest, why do we think we don't? When we have these big dreams and we're like, I think I can do it myself, right? I think I can do it for free. And these team members do not have partners. They're each their own business. They're each their own enterprise. Yes, they work with each other. We all do, right? Like I have an amazing VA. We are team members together in life with passion, but we're not partners. We don't jointly own the business. A professional athlete does not own part of that bigger team. They work together. They provide each other accountability, and then they also get higher level instruction and encouragement and support to become even better at what they do, at their craft. They defer to an expert who knows more than them. And they learn. And so I really want you to think about this. I want you to let me know in the comments what questions you have if you disagree. And if you've been feeling like you need a partner, but you realize, what I really need is confidence, and I'm looking for that person to provide it for me. Check out my Clarity, Confidence, and Clients Intensive that I am doing a holiday sale on through the end of December for the next week, right? Check it out. It's more than 50% off what I would normally charge for this half-day Skype intensive. And there are two options to either help you with your unique messaging and your product and service and pricing it and how to market it, or to help you with your next right step in your business because you're feeling like, I have stuff I'm excited to offer, but I'm just stalled out and I need to know where to go from here to get it out there. Check that out. Normally I charge $1,500 for it. Right now, between now and the new year, it is just $697 because I really want to help a bunch of you have your best month ever in January 2017 and start this new year fresh and with confidence and all of that stuff. So consider making a small investment in your business in the form of this mentorship designed to skyrocket you and help you make your money back many times over very quickly. And consider finding an accountability partner. But you really need both. You really need both. And if you have to pick one, I'm going to say it's the mentor. Not just because that's what I do, but because I've learned more and I've learned and have been able to increase my income a lot more from what I've learned from people a few steps ahead of me than I have from people in the exact same spot as me. So please give it a really good ponder and ask your questions here before you sign up, before you marry someone in business by finding a business partner. And let me know what you think and what questions you have. This is Christine McAlister. Have a great day.